Hi, welcome to another edition of G Sport here on Joy Prime. My name is Mzgee, and as always, I bring you your favorite celebs to discuss social issue. Welcome to my sports. Now, today we're going to be talking another interesting topic, and definitely a lot of married folks and even the single ones will be excited to hear what we're going to be talking about. Who owns the body? So, people say once you get married, your husband owns your body. He tells you when, and what, where, how you need to look. He reminds you of how you look slender when he met you, blah, blah, blah. But do you own his body as well if you're a wife? Do you get to tell him what you want to see him what you want to see him wear, how you want to see him have six packs, not a pot belly? Sorry, my husband has one. Anyway, and all that, what happens? Who owns the body? That's the topic for discussion. And today I have with me the very, very veteran but refuses. He's part of the R2G family, they refuse to grow. And Ben Bracco. And he's still looking amazing. And then also I have the director for the Golden Movie Awards, Mimi and Danny. Her accolades are long, so let's just leave it at that one, because some people say, BBA Mimi, musician Mimi, fashion designer Mimi, all of them. Now she's the director for the Golden Movie Awards, and it was a fantastic award that happened at the Mervyn Peak Hotel on June 2. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Okay, so like I said, you're part of the R2G family.
Really? I didn't know.
Good for you.
Good for him. Maybe you're welcome.
Thank you
and
for having
I know you're
me.
very, very tired. A lot has happened, and you're tired. But let's start with you straight ahead. Because you're married, both of you are married. So who owns your body?
It's a very, very complicated question. But this is how I take it from. What I know is that when you're single, you own your body and you can do whatever you want. But what I know is that biblically, as my belief, when you get married, you become one. So you own each other's body. So you need to compromise to make a decision on both bodies.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Hey, that's just put it nicely, but we'll go in to know really whether truly you compromise or you want to be yourself. But Ben, do you believe in that as well? Do you think that your partner owns your body as much as you own her body?
I don't think it's about a body. I think it's about a being, about a person. Two becomes one. It's not a union of bodies. It's a union of beings. The total being, including the body, the spirits, and all that. But I think the being is the thing, because the body cannot be owned.
Okay, but is it one of the things that comes across or comes up during discussion, even prior marriage, that you begin to let the person conscientize the person that that body of yours is mine, you belong to me, your soul, whatever, like you're saying?
I think that's too egotistical. It's not about owning it. It's about enhancing it. It's through discussion. You understand? I, for instance, have changed my wife's outlook totally. She's very, very African now. But it's through discussion and consent, rather than claiming that, hey, this body is mine. Tell me like this. You understand? It has to be, because we are all full human beings. And God will not forgive us if we just give our body away.
But, okay, maybe wants to say something.
No, I'm listening to him. For me, I just think that whether body, soul, mind, per the discussion now is body, and it's part of the whole package that Uncle Ben has just said, which means that for me, I still stick to my point that the body belongs to both of us. I agree with him of not taking full control and having to have a particular discussion about whatever to make a particular decision, yes. But it boils down to the fact that still you're compromising on each other, you're still discussing. So it still means that you both own your body. For example, he said he's totally changed the look of his wife, but he did it in a certain way by not ordering, probably, maybe for lack of words, ordering her around. He found a way and then it happened. It's still the same. It means that you still own her body.
Now, let's take the conversation a notch higher. Now, we're talking about body and how entitled the man is to the body. We would want to take the conversation into the next level. These are married folks, so they are eligible to talk about what we want to talk about. So, Mimi, do you have a routine for the bedroom?
No, not at all. Anything goes. I'm ever ready. I was born ready.
So there are not times when, you know, your husband touches you and says,
Oh, and they meet me, I also forget it.
hey, it must happen.
If it must happen, and I have the strength to. You know, sometimes women, as a biochemist, I will tell you about a body. Sometimes our bodies are not ready, not us. It's, you really want it, but the body is not ready. You are all dried up. It's not coming. Like, you're not ready. It's the system.
Is it psychological?
It's psychological. But if you can want it, but then if the body is not ready, it's difficult for it to happen. So sometimes the body is not ready, but maybe your husband wants it. But me, I'm able to explain scientifically to my husband.
Hi.
For him to understand.
That's too much stress, Uncle Ben.
No, I'm able to. I've done that.
The person
and
is ready to fire. You're now
no. It's not
science.
one. It wasn't one day. We've been together for 7 years. It's something that I've explained to him scientifically that I can be ready. I want to, but the body is not responding. When you do that, I'll get cuts.
But there are lots of gels, though.
I don't like using them. Okay, that's just me, artificial one. But my husband he's come to understand that sometimes the body is not ready. But if the body is ready and I am not even ready, I'd compromise.
Uncle.
Yeah, I think that even if the body is not ready, there are ways of making the body ready. You know?
Okay. And that is, you're not teaching us, so you only tell us about it, but you don't teach us.
Giving
No,
us the
well,
tips.
this one I can tell you because everybody knows.
Okay.
You know how to get
Gels.
the body. Not gels.
it's
No,
not
it's not
gels.
gels. But it's to
Let
work-
her teach us. She's the one cutting you. No, it's not gel.
No, she knows I'm not talking
No,
gels.
he's not going to talk about
She just
it.
came in,
I'm
no
not
gel,
talking
no
gel.
gel. You've
No.
been practicing well.
Okay. You romance the body to a certain extent. It will start flowing. It is a natural phenomenon.
In this dispensation where they tell us no sex before marriage, and that's the orientation a lot of people give.
Please, this is for children.
Well, children, people who want to get married, who are in relationships, are also listening to you, watching you, and they're learning from the things that you're saying. And so
I think pragmatically, you've got to learn how to be married before you get married. You can go into marriage totally naive, and you look like an idiot.
So if you say get married before you get married, you know.
No, I'm saying that, look, sow your wild seeds. Learn how to deal with a woman. You understand? And learn what women want from you. You know, you can go through life and, you know, maybe you're frustrating your wife throughout and you don't even know.
That could be true.
Yes, it's true. It happens a lot of times.
So in this case, what will happen? You have to, when you're courting or dating, you need to be, you know, trying to find out if you can, you know, please the woman in bed and all that. Is that what
You have to learn, not that you are trying to find out if you can please. You have to learn.
How do you learn? Is it
You
practical
need to
learning or?
Of course, you have to be
So are you
aware.
relating it to religion?
Because I was going to say that, you know, some people's religion
Look,
do not
a
permit
lot
that.
of people's religions say a lot of stuff. It has nothing to do with your relationship with your God, okay? Leave all that fluff aside, okay? You are a real person. God didn't create that beautiful thing and all these feelings so that you keep it in a bottle.
Oh, Mimi said, oh.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, let's be real. You know, let's try not to be controlling and telling everybody what to do, how to live their life, how to sleep, switch off the lights, you know, they don't show yourself. And all that
When the
rubbish.
action is about to take place.
You know, religiously, it's very, very complicated, though, because they'd say that don't have sex before marriage.
Yeah.
Ha.
Nobody says that.
No, the Bible
it's
says
biblical.
The
so.
Bible never said so.
There's a part of the Bible that talks about fornication, and that it is the biggest sin of all sins. At least that's
Do
what
you
I
know
was
what
taught.
fornication is?
When you have sex whilst you're not married,
No.
that's not fornication.
That's not fornication.
What's fornication?
Fornication is having sex for its own sake. You know, just, you know, wanting to have sex, having sex. That's fornication. Ooh, baby, you want to have sex. You want to have
So when
sex.
you're having sex with one woman, it's not fornication.
It's not.
It's what? A learning process.
It is a loving thing. It is, and you know that yourself.
I don't know. You're telling
What do you
me.
mean you don't know?
I don't know.
I see.
Fornication is just sex. from my definition, and the Bible
Sex
says
before marriage.
Yes,
yeah.
and the Bible says don't.
It doesn't say
fornicate.
sex before marriage.
It doesn't say
That's
sex.
not fornicate. For the married, the Bible says it's called adultery. So it means that fornication is not for.
But for the what the Bible says is that do not fornicate, which means okay. So let's take fornication as a definition. It says don't. It's just a consensual agreement between two people to have sex. So the Bible is saying don't do that before you marry.
Really? It says
Yes.
don't fornicate before
Yes.
you get married.
Yes.
Where in the Bible?
No, not before. It didn't add that.
That's not fornicate. At least we know that when you're married, you commit adultery. It means that when
And
you're
I'm telling you
single,
that
that is not-
fornication is not just having sex. Having a loving sexual relationship with somebody
it's
is
not fornication.
No.
What do you call that?
Fornication is when it's more like titillation. You know, you go for a prostitute or a go-go girl or whatever.
So when it's your girlfriend, it's not fornication.
No, if you have a loving relationship, it's not fornication.
And when you leave her for another person, and you sleep with the person, you're still not fornicating.
If it's a loving relationship, my
Even
dear.
if it's 10 different girls.
Even if it's because you can marry 10 different women.
On that note, we'll take a break. The single folks will join us, and then we'll just wrap up the conversation on who owns the body. These are married folks telling us who owns the body, their body, and maybe perhaps the bodies of others. And so we'll have the single folks joining us on the G Spots. Who owns the body? We'll be back after the break.
If I'm doing what they do, or if I'm practicing what they do, doesn't mean you own my body, no.
So,
And we're just having fun.
God knows it will go
So
talk.
wait,
That's why
wait,
he didn't add
wait.
it to the 10 Commandments. Because if he added fornication to 10 Commandments, about 7 people will go to heaven.
welcome back to the G Spot here on Joy Prime with me, Mzgee, and as usual, it's my sport and it's a pleasure to share this sport with you. So we're talking about who owns the body. You've heard Uncle Ben and Mimi and Danny Michaels speak about who owns their bodies. Well, the single folks are also here to talk about who owns their body. They even have anybody's body to own. Are they, do they have the right to own anybody's body? Like they're going to tell us. But Uncle Ben has said a lot of things that gives them rights. Maybe they would jump on that one quickly and say they own rights to people's bodies. But joining me on set now is comedian DKB, comedian extraordinaire, the man who comes after those with the big head. I don't know whether he's before or whatever, but he's been saying it himself. People call him Ichue in response. I'm like, hey, really? Anyway, so he's the headies of all comedians, and he joins me on set together with AJ Pounds. AJ Pounds is an actress, and she represented the Eastern region in the Ghana's Most Beautiful competition in 2011. Long ago, but she's here looking fresh, and DKB says, watch it, Papa. You guys are welcome to the G Spot.
Thank you.
DKB is thinking of what to say.
No.
Controversial.
He's telling me, Mache Papa.
2011. 2011, I was still unemployed. Too much.
Anyway, welcome. And I'm sure you guys have been, listening to the conversation.
Yeah.
You've been watching on our monitors what Uncle Ben and Mimi have been saying concerning who owns the body. I'll start with you. Do you think that anybody owns your beautiful body?
No.
Why not?
If you're not my husband, you don't own my body.
But you're not married yet, but you're doing what they do.
What's saying? If I'm doing what they do, or if I'm practicing what they do, doesn't mean you own my body, no.
So
And we're just having fun.
you're just having fun.
Kind
So
of.
you don't ever tell your boyfriend or your partner that actually we're for do, or you need to wear this costume or wear this attire when you're going out with me, blah blah blah. I don't like you in this t-shirt, blah blah blah.
Sometimes you do. He will tell you, oh, baby, I don't want you to look this way. Let's dress this way, fine. But you can't tell me at all costs you should look this way for me, no.
So even
He can suggest, but it shouldn't be a must.
So when he suggests and you obey,
And I feel, okay, what he's saying is true. Let me just, change that. Fine. But if I feel I'm comfortable in that, why not?
DKB, do you tell your girlfriend how you want her body to look like and what you want her to look like?
It's one of the reasons why I went for her.
So she has a job to maintain.
Please, that one, it's not it's her job. Because there were so many other body types. Some looking like pineapple, some looking like watermelon, you know, some like, and then some look like pen drive. Like small here and everything is packed here. They look like they're receiving cane. You know when you laugh somebody the way they so I saw all those body types and I came for yours. So you have, why you have something against those kind of girls, right? Like they're all packed here, like everything, they move everything, they relocate everything here. And then so if I see all those bodies and I came for yours, there's a reason why you should keep yours intact for me. But when you say owning the body, do you mean sexually or you mean physically?
All of it. So physical, because you saw before you even entered, which I don't know whether you're eligible to, you know, you saw a body.
Yes.
And the body, like you said, is what you fell in love with.
Yes.
So maintaining that body is I'm sure by now, like from what you have heard you say, it's of concern to you.
It's her priority first. Because if you know, the thing is, you feel guilty when you lose your own body. Because in the end,
some people don't really care.
Yeah, and then that's why their husbands go for the Mauritius and co.
You see, people think that when men do this, they put a lot of pressure on women.
No. See, marriage is not a full stop. Marriage is the beginning of looking sexy. A lot of Ghanaian women, once they marry, then they sit down like Auntie Koshi. Oh, baby, marry me.
That I agree with him.
Then you start rocking cloth. The cloth, it presses the boobs down. So the boobs will look like they are taking scuba diving. You understand?
And the annoying part is she'll tell you, because I'm married, he will come home, he will come back to me and all that.
No.
And she'll just stop looking sexy after marriage.
But you are saying this because you're not married yet. You don't even know what the situation is.
No, that's the advice I give to my married friends. I remember a couple of my married friends, I went for their wedding. I told them, my guy, that I'm married till they talk giddy. Nothing there inside.
Why, you married before?
Oh, no, I didn't see him. It'd be normal.
You see her from outside. You don't
know what goes on there. Marriage is just a relationship with a bunch of people who came to eat jollof. Period. That's just what it is. What changes? Do you have your grandfather sleeping in the bed with your wife? No. It's the same person you were doing lobby with. What changes? Or the plans to build a house, properties, or how you are portioning money. That one is your basic common sense. I tell my friends who are married that, listen, the marriage is the beginning of sex, my guy. Don't let your stomach come out. And you see how your wife will have headache over you. Because as a man, if you keep your stomach flat, I'm still working on mine, but I'm better than Sammy Forsen. So if Sammy Forsen has been working since, he was worse.
But still, the stomach is not gone, eh?
Stomach is not the easiest. If you're watching me, you're a guy, don't ever grow stomach. Because stomach is like an ever ex-girlfriend. If she doesn't get you physically, spiritually, they will lie. You know? I did Evers a lot. I
tell my friends a lot. I tell them, look, don't stop looking sexy after marriage. Okay, after born 1, 2, you should look sexy.
But you have a child.
I have a child.
And you're looking this way, so
yes.
you mean that you've worked. Yeah, she has a child.
Yes, I have a child. She'll be 5 in October.
Just... Which hasn't told me. Ghana is beautiful in them.
You know, we should train, look sexy, look good, dress to kill him. And look, he can't sleep, knowing that you're out there looking sexy.
You see, and again, you're saying this because you are not married. When you get married, there are lots of things you are thinking about too.
Like what?
Like what?
Tell us. Like
you forget yourself and think about other things.
Like what? That's why I tell people, make money before you marry. If you make money, it takes off their thinking.
But whatever, if at 45 the guy hasn't made money, he shouldn't get married?
No, don't get married.
For the guy,
why are you going to get married to
fine.
stress somebody's daughter? Do you know a lot of the divorces, money contributes like 85 or 90%. And small petty issues. You think they're rich men, they don't cheat. Their wives don't know they are cheating.
They know.
Even when their girlfriends are coming to look for them, their wives tell them, I'll get on me, they were best.
No, I'll get on her. She's
stroke. Yeah. Because there's money there.
Whatever that
happens. Imagine you see some younger girl calling your husband, but there's a Toyota Sequoia waiting for you to go to town. Oh, stress
you
too
don't
stress.
stress.
You don't stress. So that I make money. That's why I'm not married. Make money. If you make money, money will cushion. Everything is mobile money now. Maybe I want to buy papa. Let's take.
I think the young ones are still having fun. All the things we've talking about, it sounds like you're having
you should have fun before marriage.
Because somebody owns your body. You're saying that you decide whether you want to agree or not that they own your body. But when they get married, when you get married,
when you get married, you face reality.
What's the reality? Me, I'm not scared of marriage.
The reality is,
so when you get married, would you be able to accommodate your wife telling you that DKB, I need you to look a different way or the same way I met you? Because
who am I married to? I'm committed to her, so I must.
So you would?
Yes, I will.
Of course you should.
Because that's what she's saying. That's what she wants. That's what will turn her head.
Now that you're not married, before the married folks join us back so that we can have a total discussion. Now that you're not married, do you call the shot on when, or are you celibate or you're doing the do?
Celibate, what's that? Celebrity.
Are you doing the do?
Yeah, look at my face.
Oh, you're sleeping with
Mr. Do.
You're sleeping with your girlfriend.
Sleeping? Who told you you are sleeping?
Or you're making love?
No, I don't sleep.
What do you do?
How can you do the thing and sleep?
So what do you do?
One bunny or get sleep. One kucho, sleep.
Do you
I'm not the people who sleep with women. You are lazy. If you're a man, you sleep with a woman, you're lazy.
You're lazy. What do you do?
Sleep with her. What's wrong with you? You are sleeping with her.
And so you are laying together. That's
no, one bunny.
So, but do you think that you have the right to, as in you're a Christian, I know.
Yes.
And the Bible doesn't say that you permits you to.
God knows it will talk. That's why he didn't add it to the 10 Commandments. Because if he added fornication to 10 Commandments, about 7 people will go to heaven. About that's like 4 Jehovah's Witnesses and 3 Latter-day Saints and 1 Pentecostal.
You didn't say that.
That's why he didn't add it to the.
You didn't say that.
I didn't. I said.
So
it.
I said. What if you don't do this? You guys don't have sex. You know, during courtship, and you get married and realize this guy can't do anything.
But the Bible says you should.
The Bible says, yeah.
Let me tell you something. See, sweeties, don't say wow. See, don't stress yourself. The Bible created an ideal situation for us. An ideal situation. You, the woman, you have no idea. You, the man, you have no idea. When you get involved, however it is, you will be happy with it. But the world has created a realistic situation. So there's ideal and there's real. So the real situation is the woman has tested, the man has tested. When they meet, they will compromise in the end. And even the Bible doesn't really care about the virginity of a man. There was no point in the Bible where the virginity of Adam was mentioned. Joseph was mentioned in relation to Mary. It was Mary's virginity that was emphasized. Which means this thing here, we have Eziat.
On that note, we welcome the married folks, and we'll have to have a very broad discussion on this issue. There are things that it looks like the men are saying things, but it looks like they have the leeway, and they think that they are liberty to do a lot of things that we women are not entitled to. So Mimi and Uncle Ben will join us again, and I guess that the girl power will come to play, maybe.
And so many men even give their women to other men
and
to satisfy them because they know they can't.
Not in Ghana.
So if you're saying that people having consensual love thing is not fornication, then you're telling me Nyantechi collecting the money out of love is not corruption.
So DKB, per your analogy, you admit that you fornicate?
Yes, senior fornicator me are there.
Welcome back to the G Sports, and this is my sports. A pleasure to share with you. We've been talking about who owns the body with both the single and married. Now we have all of them joining us on set, and we're going to have a joint conversation on who owns the body. Too many interesting, talks already going on, and I can't wait to hear, what they say in this final segment. And so, in no particular order, let me introduce to you my guest. If you just joined in, this is Uncle Ben Braho, a veteran musician. I love his song. I want to sing. My voice is not permitting me to sing the song, You see, she also doesn't have a good voice, There's a dance that goes with that song, and I'm sure you love him so much. He is, like I said initially, part of the R2G family. He refuses to grow. I'll ask him his age very soon. And then we have Ghana's most beautiful contestant, 2011 actress, AJ Pounds. She wants to be known by AJ Pounds, but if you remember her, you know her name. And then we have the head of all comedians, the man with the big head, DKB. He's showing us his head properly. And we have Mimi and Danny Michaels, who's director of Golden Movie Awards. She also has plenty accolades, from Big Brother to music to fashion. Now she's with the movie industry, and she says, she will do music awards. Ghanaians will understand that. She says she will do music awards. My name is Mzgee. Thanks for joining us for this conversation. You're all welcome once more.
Thank you.
Okay, so the ladies, I see that the men have had, their way. They've talked about, Uncle Ben before he left talked about how he thinks that fornication is not about, you sleeping with a man or a man and woman sleeping together. Okay, AJ already is raising eyebrows, and also DKB also came to say that he doesn't see anything wrong with that. So it means that they're on the same level, or they have the same stance. But Mimi, I'm sure AJ, and Mimi also said that she doesn't agree to that before she left. AJ, I haven't heard you speak on fornication. You think that when you lay with a man without being married to him, it's fornication. Okay.
It's fornication?
Yeah.
It's not.
Then what is
It's not necessarily fornication. Fornication is a dirty word. It is having sex for its own sake.
No.
For its own sake.
To have a loving sexual relationship is not fornication.
The one having sex is at Pajenji.
But what's Atupajeje?
No.
That's what it's called.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who, they're addicted to sex.
No.
They just want sex.
No.
Those are the ones who fornicate.
Yeah, that's fornication.
No, once you're not married, the Bible says that your body is a temple of God. Once you're not married, any form of
Did God
sexual
create
act,
sexual desire in your body?
yes, so that you control it. So
you created the desire, so you control it.
But also, the yearn for corruption and bribery and all those things. It's the same desire to succeed is what God put inside us.
No.
The desire to succeed is what God...
Stealing and cheating, as a way of making money is totally different.
No, it's not different. It's the same way. I mean, I want to succeed. I want to make more money. It's a drive God has put into us. So if you're saying that people having consensual love thing is not fornication, then you're telling me Nyantechi collecting the money out of love is not corruption.
So DKB, per your analogy, you admit that you fornicate?
Yes, senior fornicator me a day. Like go.
Okay.
Once you're not married, you're a fornicator.
Yes.
And
So if you tell me, if you collect bribe for a good cause, it's still bribery. Oh, I have to go and pay my kids' school fees. Yes, it's true. We see that you need your kids' school fees. But you collected bribe. You rob somebody. You stab somebody to collect their money, to steal their phones, to convert it to cash, to pay your child's school fees, or your mother is sick. That doesn't mean that you should go and do that act. Yes, it's a genuine concern. So it's the same way, if I steal with a good heart, it doesn't mean I'm not stealing, I'm stealing. So if I'm laying with a woman and I'm not married to her, it is fornication. No matter how much
Stealing is not one of the attributes that God put into us.
It is the desire to succeed. That's why
No, it's not necessarily. You can succeed the right way.
Yeah, so you can also do the right to marry.
No. Who said marriage is the right way?
It is.
No.
Well,
But look, we can have a great relationship with a man and a woman for the rest of their lives. They're not married. What's the difference?
No,
it's just a certificate.
No, that's disrespect to the woman's father.
No, it's not.
even when the woman is not complaining.
No, my mom was cohabitating with my stepfather, and it got to a point. My grandfather threatened that he would disown her.
It doesn't matter whether it goes into a marriage and that. If it is worthwhile relationship, then it's worthwhile. If it's a loving relationship, it is. You don't have to be married to love somebody.
Each other.
And marrying also doesn't make you love somebody.
True.
Anyway, that they agree, but let's get back to the point of who owns the body, and it brings me to the question I wanted to ask you. You've talked about the fact, okay, he agrees that he's fornicating. Are you fornicating as well?
Yes, because fornication here is sexual intercourse between people not
You
married.
are doing it.
So if I'm having
I don't know the definition.
if I'm having
Who you are there?
No,
We need
see.
fine. Come on.
if I'm having sex with someone, yeah, and you're not married, I'm fornicating.
So you agree that you're a fornicator?
So why would she even look for the definition?
She wants to define.
She wants to be sure. She wants to be sure she fits.
She wasn't sure if she was fornicating or
Whether it's past tense or present tense.
You have to be sure
of what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe are we all on the same page? You know, because they are single, they say that okay, yes, they are fornicating. But I'll ask them the reason they are doing so. But you know, before we left your segments with Uncle Ben, he had made mention of the fact that you need to, and I want to get you right when I'm quoting that because it actually stimulated something in me that you need to be married. He said you have to make a pragmatic effort to be married before you get married. Is that what you said?
No.
What did you say?
To know how to deal with your woman or with women in general. And then when you marry, that's when you start learning about your own woman.
Okay.
And it's a learning process. It's not just that you come armed with,
First, he said that learn how to be married. The word he uses, learn how to be married before you marry.
Okay, so and that is so interesting. So I'm asking in terms of who owns the body, per what they're saying, it means that before you get married, there's a need for you to, you know, like they say, taste it, try it, test, you know, and all that.
Oh.
Was it one of the things that, you know, you had processes or situations that you had to go through before you settled?
It's very complicated. You know, for me, I always tell people that when you do that and you get married to the person, then you're lucky. You're on the right route. But when you do that and you don't get married to the person, then you keep doing that. That is when we say the fornication. So to prevent all that, don't do it before marriage. I wish I didn't do it before marriage. I feel like it would have been something really sweet and special and very adventurous and, you know, I feel like
that you might have us as well be disappointed. Yes.
You could be disappointed, but let me say the same process you went through in the relationship is the same process you go through
in the relationship. I feel like
you'll be dealing with it, you'll be managing, you'll be teaching. You teach yourself in marriage.
Oh, people don't have, you know, I should teach saying, okay, I want to hear you. People don't have the patience to do that.
But you have the patience to taste.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense. So marriage is even longer. So you have more time to even practice to be perfect. The relationship is not even guaranteed. So why are you practicing something that is not guaranteed? Marriage is guaranteed. So practicing it, you're sure. Say it's a long term. So when you practice, it will get perfect to the end. But for the relationship, you're not guaranteed. Your thing will just be suffering because it will be jumping from one place to the other.
It's not separation.
It's not suffering.
It's chilling.
It is doing what God created it to do.
It will just be suffering.
Suffering.
Uncle Ben.
The thing will just begin to be loose.
No.
So you have to do it in marriage. And marriage is more lengthier. So through marriage, you practice. And it's even nicer in marriage. You know, you can discuss it. So baby, what happened? And this. You're even free to discuss and
Maybe
relationship.
Maybe in your marriage you're free to discuss. I've heard people say that, you know, especially
when you can discuss.
They can't even talk to their spouse about these things.
You should.
I've heard people say that, you know, especially when you were so expectant, you married a man and then
you realize.
And then you are the one to teach him. Then
teach him how to, you know, bang. Teach
That's
him how to touch you, cuddle you. Teach him how to do what? No.
We're still teaching them in our marriage. You can never finish teaching. It's just like learning. You can never finish learning. As we sit here, unless we are liars.
I don't think you should say teaching. I think you should say you're learning.
Yes.
You're experiencing.
We are still learning
the nature
of the
especially the sexual nature of your partner.
Not before. You can actually do that because, like I said, marriage is lengthier. As we sit, we're still learning. There are still new things I find out about my husband sexually. But me and my husband have been together for 7 years. Marriage and then relationship. 7 good years. But we still don't know each other like that. But we have sex every day. So what are you talking about?
Every day?
Of course, yes.
You should.
It's like a pill.
So easy.
It's like a pill.
She's getting jealous now.
No, but maybe initially told us that sometimes your body is not ready for it.
No,
so how can it be
but
every day?
it's something you make effort. Sex is not just about the intercourse. I'm sorry.
No.
It's not just about croak. No. It has it's a whole institution.
So you can have sex without penetrating.
An act. Oh, yes.
Uncle Ben, do you agree to that?
Oh,
because I've never heard that one.
You
can have sex without penetrating.
You can have sex,
Yes.
You can have a sexual act without
sexual moment with your husband. It has to be every day. You have to make out.
Oral sex.
Everything, oral.
You subscribe to that?
Of course. Don't you?
You don't do oral.
You don't do oral.
I'm the one asking questions.
Why?
Hey, you don't do oral.
I don't know what people are talking about.
Then who answer you? How can we answer somebody who doesn't know?
I don't I'm going to check it
It's
later.
the year that you learn.
Yes, I'm also
As
learning.
when you have a show.
learning.
Yes, I'm learning.
Before you learn.
I'm learning seriously on the show. But you subscribe to oral sex.
What does she subscribe to?
Why does she do
What network
and
do you
not
subscribe
speak?
to?
My question to you, why did you?
So why are you not able to
Why
voice
not saying
out?
yes?
No
She's like,
Then she's embarrassed. She didn't do the oral sex 5 years ago. The child is 5 years ago. So she should have.
You know, but BKB and you, AJ Pounds, you are single. So why are you having sex?
I'm practicing.
Gyroff. You, before you married, you didn't.
Wait.
No,
This
this one is watching for you. Because I'm asking because of some of the things that Uncle Ben and Mimi have said.
No, forget what they said. You
I'm
are.
having a
Is that what?
She's a betrayer. We're all.
loving relationship.
loving
Okay,
relationship.
so
Yeah,
are you having it because you want to have?
Mzgee. I'm using Uncle Ben Branco's formula. No more fornication. I'm in a loving.
If you are in a dedicated relationship,
Dedicated and loving.
it's not just that you're going around screwing any
No.
skirt. That's
No.
fornication. But if you're in a dedicated, loving relationship, you can't call that fornication. It's too dirty
But
for
why
that.
are these young ones?
My advice to you guys is it's not too late.
To
You
stop.
can actually stop and start all over again
no.
and continue it when you get
Yeah,
married.
what's them? They will go through
You
the
stop
same
3
thing
months
you
to
did.
marriage. You can't stop.
No, you stop 3 months to
3
marry.
months. I know how you people do it when you those of you married. You
What is
intentionally
3
do
months
some
to marry?
cool Ramadan, be 1 month to. We know you people. You were all in the same soup. Why are you trying to betray us?
No, but I'm asking.
Mzgee, why are you trying to betray
I
us?
didn't do Ramadan 1 month.
How
I actually did it even a night before. So
And then before marriage.
yeah,
You have sex the night before you marry.
yes,
Actually, how was it?
amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. Was a loving relationship.
Of course, a
loving.
loving relationship.
But you
into
people,
marriage
well,
the
you're
next
rabbits. You just go ba 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 ba.
No.
I'm
No,
talking
no.
about a dedicated relationship.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
Please.
My relationship was
don't
dedicated
make
7
it like
years, so-
something.
By then, when you break up, you move to another person.
Of course.
You love again.
Of course, you learn to love
Thank
again.
you.
So you know, Uncle Ben, if you don't take care, people will abuse what you've said. Because you see what he's just said, that you
People can
break
abuse
up
anything.
and
now.
you
Why
go
are you
back.
selling me out? Why are you selling me out?
And let me tell you something before you go any further.
Right.
That the research that was done on infidelity found that more women, straight than men. You understand?
What research is that? Where did the statistics
This was done
come
in
from?
Europe.
Boss, I don't
Okay,
get it.
maybe it doesn't
Women-
pertain
more
here.
women-
more.
Yeah, more women cheat in a marriage.
Does it
I
pertain
can
to
believe that.
The
Ghana?
marriage or
Yeah, in the
Marriage.
marriage setting, yeah.
And
Yeah.
do you think it pertains to Ghana as well?
Yeah, oh, Ghana is worse.
You got statistics for that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You want to tell
You're
my
just
own
about
story?
counting. No, tell us, because you're just about counting. And because I was going to ask another question.
Ask that question.
I should ask that question. Because I was going to find out, if you believe in the statistics you have.
No, this is not. I didn't do this. This is a proper statistical body that did this research.
and you believe
because
in their
the
statistics.
common belief is that it's the men who stray, and you find that a lot of men have never strayed ever. It's just one or two that fornicate, like fornicating. You see what I mean? And also they like bragging.
Right.
But the women, she will do it. She will hide it. You will never know, because if you know, she knows she's in trouble.
And what did the statistics say is the reason these women do that?
Basic human nature. They want
Curiosity.
a good sex.
Really?
Sometimes they have a desire. The husband has been traveling for 3 months. Are they? You understand? They are human beings. Look, at the end of the day,
You can
you
sort
should
yourself
remember
out.
that people
Yes,
are
you
human
don't need
beings.
someone.
Hey, okay, maybe just say you can sort
can,
yourself.
yeah.
How do
You
you
really can
you get a
sort yourself
vibrator or what?
You sort yourself out.
How do you sort yourself out?
That one, dear. Go and research. Sort yourself out. Don't cheat. You can actually
Women,
sort
you
yourself
see,
out.
this is what I
It's not
discovered.
even cheating. Look, let me tell you something. You
You
guys
say
have-
that is not cheating.
No,
You're married
let me
and you're straight.
Yeah,
It's
let me
cheating.
tell you the
Hey, Uncle,
perfectly.
you have a lot of.
Listen, sex is not the basis of love. Sex is sex. Love is, you can love somebody and they'll be sleeping with somebody else, but you still love them. Sometimes you break up with a woman and it hurts you because maybe they've cheated on you. It hurts you, pa, but you still want that bloody woman.
Yes.
Okay,
fine.
so sex is not the basis of love. These Christians and these religious people have made it like, sex is some sacred.
Is it not supposed to be?
Sex,
Sex
Charlie,
is that sacred.
that is how we mix the genes. That's what God intended. What the hell are you people talking about? You're talking as if you are in the Bible or something. Be real.
Okay, so me, for my end, this is what I know. The only species that can separate love and sex are men. Women, if they have sex with you, they love you.
It's not true.
That is why when a woman cheats, it's a big deal. If a woman doesn't love you,
It is men's ego
Is that
makes
true,
it.
Yeah.
AJ?
Yes,
It is.
if she doesn't
only
love
cheats
you,
with- have you cheated before?
no. You see, women, they would not. That's why sometimes you find yourself a guy with all the money and things, and the woman is not giving him a chance because she's not feeling him. Women, it must vibe. So, boss, I get
should
your
be a
point.
click.
Yes, I get your point.
Connection.
Men can separate love and sex totally.
Easily.
He loves his wife
But women
completely.
is difficult.
He
I
He,
get
for the sex.
he loves the sex to the
You
wife.
There are
Kiss
men like
someone
that
and
and
think
there are
of someone
women like
else.
that.
But
There
the
are men
proportion,
like that.
the
and there are
ratio.
Look,
No,
everybody.
women like that have practiced for so long, they have disconnected their emotions. These are mostly the what we
Some
call it, the
people
slave
start from
queens.
13.
You're professionals. They say, you say what?
These are who?
Who are these the slave queens we are talking about? These slave queens.
Who are
Everybody.
the slave queens?
Those girls on social media.
We are all on social media.
No.
We are there.
You know a slave queen, when we say slave queen, you know
Tell
slave
us, we
queen.
don't know them.
Slave queens are the girls who put their thing on display on Instagram.
Which
then
thing?
you hit them on DM. They put out the body half naked and all those things.
Okay, half naked.
And they sell the body on there. Those are the real slave queens.
No.
You put a red carpet thing. Look, I'm telling you, it has taken a total definition. When we say slave queen,
Have you
those-
been sliding into those DMs? You know,
I
you
test the
see-
temperature or something. I just, But you see, but the thing, they do that, right, to open themselves up for clients. So when the body is nice, the
it's
boys
business.
DM them, and then they respond, Jaisa, let's go hang. Okay, cool.
So
That
those
night you
people
hang
are the
out.
ones you say can detach themselves from
Yes.
It's
emotion.
not,
Yes,
only,
they are the ones-
it's not only those people. Look, infidelity in marriage, so-called loving marriage, perceptionally that this is a loving marriage, and there's still infidelity. It is human nature.
I
My
get
dear,
it, but-
we are not Jesus.
So what about the ones who are staying faithful? They are also
If-
human.
if-
Yes,
woman-
but
if
if
a
you
woman
can stay
stays-
faithful, it's fine.
It's difficult.
If a woman straight,
so,
if it
Uncle,
suits
but let me
you.
ask you a very sensitive question. So if your wife goes and come back, you would just accept her?
I will accept. I love her not because of the
That-
sex.
hey, no.
I will accept her.
please don't even ask me. I won't. Don't ask me.
Maybe I will accept her. And so many men even give their women to other men
And
to satisfy them because they know they
Not in
can't.
Ghana.
Here in Africa,
In Africa, in Ghana herself, it happens.
they give their wives to other
Yes,
men.
yes.
And you know of such men?
Yes, it is common throughout our society. In fact, they call them Saji.
Sadly.
Yeah, people
Gigolo?
who no, they can't
They can't
get
perform
it up
sexually.
to
Yeah.
do the funky thing.
Impulse.
It's not necessarily impotence, but even with impotency, there is extents.
Right.
You understand?
Because sometimes
some people can only do it once a year.
Yeah.
So
Why did you look at me like that? This girl, she like the thing.
I know you. The way she looks at you.
Oga Jaba say, Charlie,
Once a year.
two for one, just a fit.
And then one comes.
I mean, look, you cannot impose celibacy on your partner just because you don't have that physical desire. Please, it is inhumane. It is crazy.
For
Who won't pay the teacher say your wife or your partner has to?
You see why
Somewhere.
you need to
You have
practice
to-
before marriage.
See that?
Okay, let's hear AJ because
You see why you need to practice before marriage? Because if you know all these things, say sorry, this I fear. You know that okay, then I'm not ready for this thing. I won't go into it. Marriage is something.
but things happen.
But
Anything
they be a
could have
change,
happened.
yo.
Yeah,
It
an
be a
accident
change,
could
yeah.
happen.
It be an
You know,
Okay, like she said, if
Almost
something
that, yeah.
should
Also,
happen,
because seven,
just sort
because
yourself
eight.
out.
Eight
Don't
rounds.
cheat.
Hey.
You know, don't cheat on him.
No,
How long can you sort yourself out?
Any
Anyone
woman
that
who
cheats on
cheats,
you, it's not.
the man play 50% role. Because women
It's very difficult for us
Yes,
to do
women
that.
are keepers,
Very,
men
very
are hunters.
But Uncle Ben, where do we draw the line? In wanting her to enhance her body, enhance her look. The routine, sex routine in the room. Keeping the styles. How do we draw the balance when she's ready, when she's not ready? How do you psych her up? How do you also psych yourself up?
I think you've got to know your partner, and I think that you have to have that drive to keep your relationship dynamic and fresh. If you start doing a missionary every day, every night, you will get bored because you think that it's just a duty. But sex is never a duty. Sex is a thrill and a pleasure. When you come, you know that this is what God meant.
You need to take serious.
It's a business you need to take serious.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah, you need to. It's a whole institution on its own. It's bigger than a university. You need to courses. Once in the university, we have Chem 101 and Chem 102. So sex has to be arranged in that manner. Different types. So it's like every day you're going for a lecture. So every day you have different lecture, different class.
You take a notebook and pen.
Yes. Then
You do chemistry?
yes, I'm a biochemist.
She's a
Biochem. Oh,
biochemist.
I like your acetate and your pyruvate.
My submission about owning the body and then the diversity to keep everything is for me, I practice open-mindedly in my relationship. You have to be open-minded in such a way that you are ready to. When you're open-minded, you can do the diverse things that he's talking about. You're not uptight, so you're always ready to explore different things.
Yes.
So owning the body, really, it's relative to whoever is owning whose body. Uncle Ben's own, it's an addition. You need to understand your partner's body. And how do you even understand your partner's body? By practicing, by doing different things. Going to buy ice cream, tickling her if she will move. Like me, if you tickle me 1,000 years, it won't do anything to me. So my husband will not tickle me.
And I concentrate on that.
I did not concentrate. So you need to know your all these things makes everything great. So owning the body, it's a compromise. We both own each other's body in marriage. But for these two, they don't own anybody's body and nobody owns their body. That's why they are fornicating. They can jump from because the body can be shared, so they are sharing it.
She's an old student.
Okay. I think men love variety. So as a woman, you should try your best and look good. Keep it fit, look sexy for him almost every time and tight.
Why is it always about him? What about you? What is he doing for you?
We are talking from a woman.
From a woman.
She's not a feminist though. She's talking as
So,
a typical woman, not
as a typical
feminist.
Ghanaian woman, just try your best. You're sexy kakra, and spice it up. Try your best, not always missionary, the Bible thing. Kitchen, garden, the pool, ice cream joints, the white
They should make
you
she should make love at the ice cream joint.
Yeah.
some corner be like someone is watching you and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Then you talk about it. What I say, and I think you're good to go.
For me, all I'm saying is the physicality. Guys, try and get to the gym. Keep the body intact. The woman should also keep the body intact. Yes, look. If you're watching, you and your woman, you don't hit the gym, you don't work out. You, the guy, you try working out and see how she'll panic. And I understand the Ghanaian women, they intentionally feed the men at night so that they'll develop pot belly, so that no girl will like him, and then you'll just fall dead at your feet. Guy, don't fall for that. When you come, eat only salad. Let hunger kill you. Morning will come by all means. Then you can eat your normal food. Physicality is important.
We had Uncle Ben Bracco on set. He's a veteran musician. Pam, pam, pam. Pam, pam, pam. That's I can do the beats, but the voice need to sing the song. And anyhow, so that's one of my favorite songs from him. And we had Ghana's Most Beautiful Contestant 2011, AJ Pounds, who's an actress as well, joining us. The head of comedians, DKB, also. Is here, he's still here. And Mimi and Danny Michaels, director for Golden Movie Awards, they put up a splendid show at the Movenpick Ambassador Hotel on June 2. My name is Mzgee. Thanks to the entire production team. I won't be able to mention names today. My makeup was done by Ellie's Makeover. Her number is on the screen. Reach out to her. And we'll be back next week on the G Spot with another fantastic topic with your favorite celeb. Have a good evening.